Hey, howdy, folks. It's NotJay. So uh, Here I am, episode 5. We're working on the Tinsman some more. It's coming along nicely, I think. Getting there, I think. Welcome, everybody. Be sure to say hi if you can. And then, pop in any messages you want to talk about. We'll go from here. I hope everybody had a good day today, or is about to have a good day. If Mr. Beckus is out there, hope everybody's been safe. And we'll mosey on. I believe my brother will be on here in a little bit. He's got to take care of some kid issues, but that's okay. It happens. And we're going to be just cruising right along. Get it, cruise, ship, get it. Anyway, like I said, I hope everybody's having a good night. Everybody had a good day or morning. I'm having to work on fixing my glasses yet again. I broke them about 2 weekends ago and have not had a chance to go get them fixed yet. So, I'm dealing with that. But, that's okay. Alrighty. Original Grognard, hey OG. If you want to join, you're more than welcome to. But if you just want to sit, then sit back and watch. That's fine as well. I'm good with either. So like I said, I gotta fix up my glasses here real quick, so I can see what I'm doing here. A little drop of glue here, and I'll be right as rain. As long as you like rain. What's everybody working on? Hopefully it's fun stuff and not boring stuff like I had to do a couple weekends ago. I had to do taxes. Ugh. I hate taxes. But I guess that's what we have to deal with. Alrighty. Well, let's see how that flies. Dave Hall, good evening. If you want to come on, OG, and just hang out, that's fine too. You don't have to be painting anything. I'm just doing this so I do paint. But you don't have to. Just the link is in that in our group, so you're more than welcome to join me. But you do you, whichever. I gotta remember my colors here. I think this is the one I want. Dark blue gray, I think, is the color I want. Yeah, that's the one. So I'm running low on my Star Wars figures. I've got a lot of Gates of Antares figures to paint, and I've got a concept in my brain, but the problem is I just can't seem to get that concept to go exactly the way I want it to go, which is a little frustrating. Anyone out there watching, if y'all have the same situation, I totally understand. It is, it's just, I don't know. yeah, it's a frustrating feeling when I've got this great idea of what I want to do with the model, but then can't doing it for whatever reason. It just yeah. I don't know. It's bothersome to me. But hey, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. Um, you ever have that problem, David? Mr. Hall? And if I'm the only one, then I'm the only one. But that's just the way I am. So I'm hoping to get some more Star Wars stuff here in the near future. I'm wanting to get at least 2 more boxes of these guys. Yeah, 2 more boxes of these guys. Let me see if I can get a little bit more light going here. Let's do this. Does that help any? I don't know. I need to get a light behind my camera. That's all there is to it. There you go. Yeah, I need to get another 2 boxes of these guys. So I can do the can't keep that light on because the ceiling fan turns on and dries my paint out too fast. Anyway, yeah, get another 2 of those, 2 boxes of them, so I can do my assault on the Tantive 4. I've got an idea of how I'm wanting to lay out that table. I think it's going to look really good once I get it done. I've found STLs for the walls. Hey, Warmut, thanks for joining. Again, as I told OG, if you want to hop on, you're more than welcome to. I know you're probably watching Grey's Anatomy with the wife, and that's okay. Sometimes we gotta spend time with our spouses. So, yeah. Okay. Just keep looking up to see if we get a wild Beckus joining us, and not so far. And that's okay. He's probably in the middle of his morning workout listening to Sabaton, which is probably a lot more entertaining than listening to me ramble on right now. So more power to you, buddy. I'm really, really close to having this side done. From what it looks like at this point, I am ready. I need to clean this line up right here. I'll show y'all. Need to clean this line up right here, and then paint all of the white that you're seeing in the haze gray, which is this gray right here. So there is a wild Beckus. Hey, all right, Paul. Thank you for joining. Gave you a shout out in my previous video, so don't stop. If you're talking to me, Warmut, I don't plan to. This is just me forcing myself to sit here and paint on stuff that I need to get painting, and it's probably as weird as it sounds. This is actually allowing me to focus more on my painting than if I was just sitting here by myself. I don't know if anybody else does that. But that's the trick right now is, I got to do stuff to make me focus on what I'm doing, and just sitting here by myself when no one else is going to hang out from the war room group. And that's fine. I totally understand not everybody has as much time as they'd like to on this. So this, I'm lucky to the point that no longer have children in the house. I've got a wife that has her own hobbies, and she supports my hobby 100%. So I know I'm lucky that I can spend just about any night I want doing this. So yeah, I count myself blessed. Absolutely, I count myself blessed. I know Warmut has to spend time with his wife. Horrible. Yeah, I know. But happy life, right? Or happy wife, happy life, something like that. So you know, so this allows me to focus on my hobby. It allows me to I've got more painting done in these last 5 sessions that I probably have had done in the last few weeks. So it just that's how it flies, right? Me rambling on and on and on, and I appreciate y'all coming on and listening to me just ramble on and on and on. So Warmut says he gets the game tomorrow night. Yeah, remember tomorrow night, Rocky's War Room, we are doing another live play of the ever popular Wiley Games Fistful of Lead. Lots of fun playing that game. I think we're continuing with the Samurai versus Questing Knights. So that'll be interesting to see where we go with it. That should be fun. We've had some fun so far with me just getting obliterated every time I show up. But, hey, whatever works, right? Whatever works. What have you been working on? Have you are you getting more done on your Wasteland Warrior stuff? Are you doing Gaslands? What have you been working on, buddy? The world wants to know. And Miss Rebecca's, what have you been working on lately? Are you still? I know you've unboxed some world or not world Victory at Sea stuff. Is that still happening for you? Have you painted any up on those? I'm hoping to be getting some more of those ships in the not too distant future, so I can paint those up. Just kind of like what I'm doing now, but in a much smaller rendition. This is actually about 1/300th scale, 1/350th scale, somewhere along in there. It actually works out to be the same scale as it's the same scale as the Cruel Seas. So to kind of give you an idea, this is about right at 12 inches long. So there you have it. Need some more gray here. Warmut, I guess I could do this so everybody can read it. Just finished up another Reaper Miniature Cowboy, finished building some international containers from TT Combat, and almost done with a TT Combat Mini Mart. Really good. Also finished up 4 Space Marines, Dark Angels. Not my chapter of choice, but everybody is got their favorite. My chapter of choice is Blood Angels because I love Death Company. Um, when I got back into the hobby after being gone for God, damn near 10 years, um, I I went to a hobby store in Austin, Texas, called Thor's Hammer, and it was right in the middle of fourth edition, and I thought, you know what, I liked Blood Angels before, never played them, but liked their idea, so I picked up the book. Didn't necessarily like painting all the red and the black, so I decided to make my own successor chapter that used the color. Well, the spray paint was called oregano. So I picked that up and started painting those guys up, and had a lot of fun with it. But it turned out that another guy decided to get back into the hobby at the exact same time, and he too had decided that he was going to play Blood Angels, and we started playing in the tournaments there. And because we were both just horrible at playing, the only reason why we played in the tournaments was because we were guaranteed 3 games every weekend. And so we went and played, and the tournament coordinator kept coming to us and saying, guys, so here's the deal. I need y'all to play each other again in both rounds 2 and round 3. And we said, yeah, okay, fine. That's not a problem. But it always turned out to, I push my death company into the center. He pushes his death company into the center. And that's where we would always end up ending the fight. It was always him and me with about 40 models representing Death Company, pushed to the center of one side of the board or another, and just picking up dice and rolling them unmercifully at each other. So we decided, you know what? Why are we coming up to this game and always getting just obliterated? Why don't we just at the time I was living in an apartment, so I really didn't have a place to play, but he had a 4x8 table. He said, well, why don't you just come over to my place and we will play on my table? And I said, well, that sounds like a hell of a deal. So that's what got us started playing at his place. Let's see. Mr. Becca says, my painting has been very slow this last month. I've got 4 things on the go at the moment: Victory at Sea, Flames of War Canadians, World War I Australians, and some Cowboys from Great Escape games. Oh, sounds good, Paul. And I have to paint a unit of 15mm Zouaves for the Wargamers Anonymous monthly challenge. Fair enough. So good on you, mate. So one day we were sitting there playing 40K, like we normally do. And we actually, once we started playing at his house, we ended up never actually ever finishing a game, because we would end up just, sitting there yapping at each other. But, that was cool too, because I play the game for the social aspect. I don't play the game to to win or lose. I have more fun being with friends and just chatting with them, kind of like we're doing right now. That's why I kind of like this, what we do with the ramble and what I'm doing here. Just sitting and talking and having a good time. But he asked a very, very pertinent question. He says, I like 40K and all, but I just wish that there was some sort of historical game, a game that is historically based. I make maybe like, World War II. And I said, do I have a game for you? And I showed him the Flames of War website and was sold. By that point in time, we had another friend hanging out with us who was who also played 40K, and he was very much he was an Imperial Guard player, and he got on the bandwagon as well. Being an Imperial Guard player, you kind of guess where he's going with that. He latched onto the Soviets hard. He latched onto the Soviets hard, fast, and in a hurry, and decided to go that route with them. Nothing wrong with that, of course. But that was definitely his preferred choice of play, and we had fun with it. But that's what got me back into my historical gaming. Also, was Flames of War. Then that was right at the point in time that Bolt Action was coming out, and I ended up I don't know. I saw it played at the game store. At that point in time, I had started going to Thor's Hammer closed down very unexpectedly, and as unexpectedly as my son and my wife both had dropped off miniatures for the paint contest that they were running, and they went up there to see, it was supposed to have been judged at that point. And they got to the store and the door was locked. Everything in the store was gone. And this was like on a Wednesday. So up and just no mas, gone. So it was very interesting, to say the least, that happened. Anyway, turns out the guy that was running the store had quite a bit of debt to deal with, and instead of dealing with it, he decided to pull stakes and run. At least that's the story. He even went so far as taking game tables that others had made for him, saying, "Hey, these are our tables, but we're going to let them stay here and let you use them." So pretty shifty guy, all in all. Oh well. So by that point in time, I was going to another game store that supported historical gaming with Battlefront and Essex and some of the other big names in the hobby, called Great Hall Games. It too is no longer in existence, but it went away in a more traditional format. They just couldn't keep the doors open, which is a shame because it was a great store. One of my all-time favorites. Not the all-time favorite, of course. My all-time favorite is tabletop gaming hobby in Lenexa, Kansas. But that being said, it was still a good game store in Austin. Austin's got a really, really great gaming community. So got to meet a lot of people down there. Had a lot of fun playing games with those people. So yeah, good stuff, good times were had by all. But that's got me into gaming other time periods. So yeah. Warmut, have you found a game store down there that you like going to in Arizona? Hopefully you have. Hopefully you have. If not, it's understandable. Good game stores are hard to come by, to be honest. There was another game store, which again is no longer in existence, down there in Austin, called Ninja Pirate, and it ran into the problem of just wanted to be too much. It didn't know whether it wanted to be a game store or if it wanted to be a comic book store. There is a game store down there that is, as far as I know, still open, called Dragon's Lair, and it was very much was very able to be not only a game store but a comic book store, and it did it very well. And Ninja Pirate wanted to be the same. The problem is that the cost of real estate down in Austin for retail was getting quite expensive, so it didn't have enough space. Literally, did not have enough space to do what it wanted to be. Unfortunately, so it ultimately closed down as well. So, Paul says there are 2 big historical clubs where we game. Very cool. Very cool. And nope, most are about 30 plus miles from me, just not many here anyways. Well, that's the problem I have now, living out in the sticks, living out in the middle of no damn where. We don't have my closest game store is in St. Louis. And that is, I think, the actual closest game store is at least an hour and 45 minutes away from me. There is a game store in Springfield, Illinois, that's about an hour and a half, and it's a decent little store. But it's doing well, so I'm not going to say that it's like Ninja Pirate, but it's like Ninja Pirate in the fact that it is primarily a different style store that I'm used to playing in. It's mostly card games and board games. The miniatures that it does carry are from Fantasy Flight, Star Wars stuff. Now I can order just about anything I want from Titan Games, but that's when I lived in Springfield, that was great. I could go in, say, "Hey, could you order this for me?" And in a couple of days or so, they'd give me a call and say, "Hey, your stuff's here," and I'd just bop on over. Well, really can't do that anymore. I mean, it's just bopping over is 3-hour round trip, not something that you want to necessarily do on a regular basis. So yeah, that's what I'm dealing with now. But is what it is, right? Is what it is. Okay. It's a very interesting swoosh there. So let me get some black going. Alrighty. Again, luckily I like to hear my own voice. Otherwise, this would be even more boring than it already is. If anybody out there has any kind of topic they want to talk about, be more than happy to talk about anything you want to talk about. But if not, that's cool too. I'll just keep going along. Yeah, Austin. I miss Austin and its game scene. To be honest, it was really really good. Oh crud! Oh well. Also, Kansas City has a very very strong game scene. Also, and honestly, I attribute that a great deal to Tabletop Game and Hobby. That is a game store that has been in business for over 25 years. And that's saying something, to be honest. I mean, let's be honest. That is a trick in and of itself. Being able to be in the gaming industry as a retail store for over 25 years. That's that's a lot. So, you know what? I know exactly jack about Prince Harry and Meghan. So, and you're sipping a soy latte. Somehow I don't believe you're sipping a soy latte, sir. And if you are, I retract that, sir. No, I'm kidding, Paul. I'm kidding. Drink what you want to drink. Be what you want to be. So, anywho, yeah, I'll be honest. I know nothing, and I know it's you're joking. At least I think you are, Paul. But I know absolutely zip about Prince Harry and Meghan. Would it be Princess Meghan? Since I don't know. That's how little I know about exactly what's going on with the whole royals. And if McMurray was here, he'd be saying something about we threw a bunch of tea into the harbor and fought a war for us to not care about Prince Harry and Meghan. So I think the big reason why people like to follow that type of thing is merely because for me it really goes back to the old TV show with Robin Leach, The Lives of the Rich and Famous. We are so enamored with glitz and glamour and everything that we don't have and won't ever get, that we just many people will just fall all over themselves to see what they can see about literally the rich and famous. I'm not one of them. I could, as my mom used to say, I couldn't give two bunnies' butts, fuzzy bunnies' butts, about any of that. So, and yes, my life is better for it. Warmut says, "Oh man, yeah, Prince Charles doesn't even answer Harry's phone calls anymore. Don't care." Let's put it this way: Prince Charles is already to the age of retirement, and he hasn't even been able to do the job he was literally born to do. Thank you, Queen Elizabeth II. You rock on, woman. Warm up. Meghan had a hard time dealing with the British press. She was having suicidal thoughts. You don't care. The woke princess. Yeah, okay. And Hexy, gents evening. Good evening to you too, sir. Warmut, haha. All I did was repeat what my wife told me. Yeah, well, you know. And yes, Warmut, you're greeting us, sexy Hexy, if that's how you want to fly, whichever. So, yeah, I could not even want to know about uh, um, the Royals. Don't care. But those of you who do, if you do, by all means, you do you. I'm not going to tell you how to have your fun. If that's what you want to do for fun, then more power to you. But that's not me. Ugh. I'm glad this is the side that's going to be out being shown to the world, because this side is looking to be an unmitigated mess. So, anywho. Okay. All right. Dave Hall says, "Oh, just watch the same news then." And then Miss Rebecca, "Tell me what you know about the Borneo campaign in World War II." It was hot. It was muggy. Lots of Japanese died. Thank you, Dave Hall. Yeah, it is. It looks great so far. I appreciate that. Thank you. Honestly, Paul, I know about the Pacific campaign as it is centric to the United States. I need to do more reading on the other allies that fought during World War II in the Pacific, because there was great sacrifices made by our allies, and I, on a personal note, have great respect for uh, for them. Um, Pardon me while I concentrate on how I'm supposed to finish painting this off. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Uh, oh, he says his granddad was there. He landed in the first wave on Labuan Island. That must have been rough. That must have been rough. I, as much as I don't understand uh, the the age of pike and shot, and the age of even all the way up to the American Civil War, and the Napoleonics, where they stood in line and just fired at each other with large caliber muskets. I don't know how anybody could end up either jumping out of an airplane or walking off, one of those boats, because that would just, I don't know, that would scare the bejesus out of me, to be perfectly honest. I don't know how I would be able to handle that, because just wow. Mad props to those men, those brave men who didn't even know if they were going to finish out the day, and they sacrificed themselves for a better cause. So, not to get all deep and morbid and whatnot, but that's some crazy happenings right there. And I am taking quite a few liberties with how this is getting painted. Quite a few liberties. But I'm going to also be very honest. Nobody at work has seen this side of the ship. They've only seen photos of this side of the ship. And this side is almost spot on. Here, let me do this. Let me share screen. I want to show you guys what I'm looking at here. Share screen. Where are you? Right here? No. Right here. Okay. So there you go. That is what I'm dealing with. And I think that is what I've got is pretty spot on. Come on. I guess I'm going to stop sharing. I think it's pretty spot on. Camera's not real clear tonight. Don't know why it's not clear. Let's go back to here. There you go. That's a little bit better. Let's see. Matilda Frog's flamethrowing tanks won the day. Looks good, Chris. Mighty impressive. Thank you, Paul. I appreciate that. Hex says, I was shooting tanks. What did my ex-wife Megan do now? Don't worry about it. What measure camouflages that ship? The measure is measure 32 mod 3D. So measure 32 mod 3D. And actually, this was the measure that it was sailing in while it was in sea trials in the Atlantic. By the time she moved over to the Pacific, she was just painted in straight ocean or haze gray. So I decided that would just be, anybody can, spray paint haze gray. So I decided, you know what? I want to make this special for them. They've got a picture of the ship up there as it was seen in the Atlantic. I'm going to go ahead and paint it. So the story with this model is that I found the kit sitting in one of the back storerooms at the store where Commander Grody's personal stuff from World War II was sitting. And I went to Steve, his son, former owner of the company, and said, "Hey, Steve, I kind of do modeling for as a hobby. I would love to take that model ship that's back there with your dad's stuff and put it together and paint it, and so we can display it here at the store." And he said, "You know what? That's a great idea. Why don't you do that?" So that's what I'm doing. I'm literally doing what I love to do for my company. Not getting paid for it, but and I don't love to paint, as y'all know, but I do love World War II naval combat history. And when I went in to interview the first time with Steve and his son, who had not yet bought the company at the time, but was planning on it, and I saw the flags that I talked about last night. I was like, I have got to work here, because anybody that has this type of family history has got to be, it's going to be a good place to work. And it has been a great place to work so far. I've enjoyed my time with my company. They're really good people. They take care of us. So I thoroughly enjoy working for the Grodies. So let's see here. Looks clear on the screen. Okay, good. I'm glad. And then I've got some Fletcher class DDs that want that measure. Yeah. There is a website that has just a truckload of pictures of the different measures on the different style ships. So I didn't find the exact class that the Tinsman is, but I found one that is either like one class before or one class after. So it's, damn near identical for me to paint off of. So yeah, it's looking pretty good. Like I said, this side that I'm working on now, the port side, is not going to be on display, so I don't have to be as good with it. So, that's what went poink. Okay. Hey, and there is my brother, NotJay. Jay, thanks for coming on, buddy.
How are y'all?
Doing well. So, And we've got a couple of folks watching us. We got Warmud on here. We got Paul Beckus. We got Hex to Hex. We've got Dave. I forgot Dave Hall. So everybody, thank you for joining. I greatly appreciate it. So, still working on your Brandenburg stuff, or have you moved on?
No.
All right.
No, I missed some priming last night somehow, so back to that. And apparently my paint spatter was greater than I had originally thought, and it's Joey pointed out on the wall.
Oops.
During dinner. So when I'm done with this, I'll be going at it,
doing a little cleanup.
Yeah.
We were there to save Mom from a stroke.
So.
All right. Well, it happens. It happens.
But,
let's see. Dave Hall says, I have books that have World War II US in camouflage, which helped years ago when I was into 1/700 scale. Yeah, those are handy. And these plates may be from there. I don't know. The plates, actually, the plates I have are the actual plates from the Warview Department, the Department of the Navy that was all about the designing of the ships and the designing of the paint jobs. And this particular measure of camouflage was signed off by a captain of the United States Navy. Looks like a Dolbury, something like that. So that's pretty cool. It's dated June 2nd, 1944. Was when this particular paint scheme was authorized by the United States Navy. Bureau of Ships, DE 339 class, measure. This is actually measure 31, camouflage design 3D. Very, 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 very similar to 32 3D. So close enough, as they say, for government work.
Waka waka.
Speaking of Waka Waka, I watched the very, very first episode of The Muppet Show last night. It is on Disney Plus.
Mm-hmm.
It had Juliette Prowse as the guest. That woman was an amazing dancer and had legs for days. Dave Hall says PCs weren't invented when I got those books. I bet you they were. You just didn't have one. And then I got my ship painting inspiration by visiting scale modelers' websites. Those guys are amazing. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. So, yeah, same design, different colors. It's close enough. Like I said, it's close enough. I think 32 was actually maybe a little lighter. I don't think it had black. I think it had, instead of black, it had blue in it. But you know what? That's okay.
Well, considering the guy that's going to, the one guy in Pike County that's most likely to say, well, actually,
it's not that type of a guy.
Well, the guy that's most
actually,
likely to say that, the guy that would be most likely to say that is the one that's painting it.
Well, there's that. Again, good enough for government work. Yeah, I've actually shown my progress to the guys at work, and as well as Steve and Nick, and they think it's amazing. So, you know, hey, if I can fool them, I can fool anybody, right?
Yeah.
I do have one guy that keeps on saying, "You should just have taped it off, man. It would have looked a lot cleaner, a lot sharper." I'm like, okay, first off, this thing's 12 inches long. And yeah, I could tape off the hole very easily, but taping off the rest of the ship, the superstructure, would have been a nightmare and would not have given the actual look that you're going for. And besides, the ship was painted with guys hanging over the edges on ropes with literally mops. So, there's that.
Yeah, that's something that if you ever take a look at Allied aircraft with the invasion stripes,
Yeah.
Large numbers of those were hand brushed on, not with an air gun or anything. So
Yeah, rollers and mops.
You're somewhat sloppy, but I shouldn't say sloppy, but maybe not perfectly straight lines.
Yeah,
is actually more accurate.
Anything painted in the field or middle of the ocean, as the case may be, is not going to have exact straight lines. So, anywho. So what else has been going on with you, my good sir?
Working. Caroline's got Caroline used her Cricket Joy to make some labels for a tumbler to give to one of her teammates at senior night tomorrow.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's nice.
So she's kind of talking about maybe doing exactly that as a side gig.
Well, there you go.
Doing cups and whatnot with custom designs and such.
Yeah. Well, she's got to figure out how to get gas money somehow.
I suppose.
All right. Hard to believe that she's old enough to be driving.
Ugh.
Let me guess. I don't need to be telling no about the flood.
Yes.
Oh. Anywho. Well, I've still waiting to hear back from the company that my smoker came from.
Uh-oh.
As to whether or not they're going to replace the auger unit. Because it keeps erroring out for some stupid reason. I'm not digging it at all.
Yeah.
But oh well, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna probably see about smoking something before too long myself.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be too hard to get some support for ribs.
No, I can tell you right now, there's 2 votes for yes down the hill.
Yeah. So what's on the printer? Anything?
Right now, some more ear guards for you.
Okay.
And then I got to order some more
filament.
Yeah. Gotta get some. Damn it. I gotta get more filament. Paul, how old do kids have to be to drive in the United States? They can get their learner's permit when they turn 15.
It varies by state, though.
It does vary by state. And then it's pretty much universal in the United States, though, that 16 is the age of driving. There are some exceptions, like if you live on a farm, you can get, I think you can get a farm license at 14, if I remember correctly.
I think it's 14 in Illinois.
Yeah. But you can only drive farm vehicles to and from your family farm, as it were. Well, crumbs. I just all kinds of monkeyed that up, didn't I? Not paying attention to what I'm doing and fat fingering stuff all over the place. Paul says 17 years here, then 2 years on probation. So what exactly is probation? They can only drive so far, can't drive at night. What is probation, sir? Elucidate, if you will. What is probation, sir? I just heard my voice again.
Yeah, it's because I turned on YouTube so I could see the comments.
Oh, okay.
But I muted it.
Fair enough.
Apparently, there are multiple other NotJays out there.
Apparently. I can't say I'm the original NotJay, but I'm the best NotJay. Or should I say I'm the best Not?
Don't sell yourself short, Judge. You're a tremendous slouch.
Yep. Anywho. Oh, man, my eyes are starting to water.
Gotta get some paints.
And I did it again. You dumb bastard. All right. In Australia, first year they can't drive between midnight and 6 a.m. Second year, no restrictions on time. 2 years of no alcohol in breath. Well, I would think there should be no alcohol in breath at any point in time, but that's just me. What is the drinking age there in Australia, Paul? Here is a pretty resolute 21. Which was never, a real big deal for me, because if I ever wanted a beer, Mom always used to say, if you're not going anywhere and you're staying at home, if you want a beer, grab a beer. So I grabbed a beer. And in fact, the first time, 18. Okay. I'm also assuming that's the same age of for enlistment in the military. Anyway, if I wanted a beer, I could go grab a beer. Mom, Dad never had a problem with it as long as I stayed at home. So, first time I ever got drunk, I was playing quarters with my mom and a family friend who ultimately became our stepdad. We were playing quarters. I was drinking beer. She was drinking dirty martinis, and he was drinking Jack Daniels. I got obliterated. Woke up the next morning. Didn't have a hangover. At least I didn't think I had a hangover. I didn't feel horrible. But Mom, the night before, when we ended and I had to be helped off to bed, she said, "Remember, you're getting up tomorrow and you are going to school." And I had to because I also had a test in one of my classes. I don't remember which one. But yeah, I got up and went to bed, or got up and went to school. So, and I'll be honest, I've never had a hangover per se. Paul says, if you can vote, you can drink. Military is 17, 16 for apprenticeships. It's military is 17 with a parental signature. Rocky says, got off work late tonight. Have fun. And military apprenticeships, that is. Interesting. I've not heard of military apprenticeships. Is that something you've heard of before, Jay?
What's that? I was talking to my bride.
Military apprenticeships in Australia. Apparently that's a thing. Apparently you can join up at 16 in the Australian military.
I think it's similar in the UK.
Okay. Fair enough. So, well, we've been plugging along for about an hour and 6 minutes. I've gotten quite a bit done, as you can see. I'm going to go ahead and drop some bright bronze on the propellers here, or the screws as they are called. So there you go. And it sounds like the wife may just be putting together a bowl of ice cream. Just maybe.
So apparently the new hotness is using these makeup brushes for dry brushing.
Yes.
So I picked one up. It was actually on the clearance rack at Walmart. This is a big one.
Yeah, I can see it. Well, yeah, that is your building dry brush. When you want to make your walls rougey. Oh yeah, that's looking good.
Well, it's super quick too. So, which is just my style,
right?
So that was, what color was that? Oh, this is apple barrel pewter gray.
There you go.
Next up, apple barrel elephant gray.
Everything in the world that is not related to elephants is irrelevant. Waka waka. And I've lost 17 subscribers. Let's see, where are we? My brother went in at 16 as an electrician. You have to give 9 years of service if you do. Whew. Yeah, well, you're out at 27. That's not bad. He says, I've always used makeup brushes for applying weathering powder.
There you go.
Well, like I said, if you want your walls to look rougey. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the style.
Is that getting you done?
Oh, yeah.
Good. Glad to hear it.
Fast and Furious, the way I like it. Yeah, this will definitely be. Oh yeah.
So, my drink of choice tonight is Fresca. I'm on a Fresca kick lately, guys. It's good stuff. So, I enjoy it. I enjoy Fresca. It's a, for those of you in the not in the know, it is a sparkling soda flavored with grapefruit. So, it was introduced to me by my grandmother, because she didn't want us to have sugary drinks much for obvious reasons, and so we could have Fresca. Anyway, well, like I said, we've been plugging along here now for about an hour and 11 minutes. If anybody has been working on stuff while I've been working on it, hopefully you have also been successful in getting some painting done. Oh, there you go. Yes. Water out of the Star Wars drink bottle. Yeah, a little dihydrogen monoxide.
Our grandmother liked Fresca.
That's what I was saying. It was introduced to me by her.
Grandmother Word.
Yep.
Not Wood.
Nope. Not. That was Mom's side of the family, not Dad's side of the family. But
switching up to Apple Barrel Country Gray by the way.
There you go.
And then I think I'm kind of on the fence about whether or not to try to use washes on this FDM printed stuff.
Yeah, it could get dodgy fast.
Yeah, so I think what I'll do is I'll kind of do a light dry brush or some alternating, like some browns.
Yeah.
Or tans to kind of break up the
grays.
The grays somewhat.
Yeah. So, now, truth be told, dirty little secret and all, well, I shouldn't say all, vast majority, like 90% of all of my 1/2400 scale warships, World War II naval ships, are painted with craft paints. And I'll just say this. My aircraft carriers, my U.S. aircraft carriers won a painting contest.
And just like that,
boom, done.
The centerpiece of that kiosk or whatever it's called is done. Pretty much not done. Like I said, I want to throw some light dry brushes on of some alternating colors.
Yeah.
Picking out individual blocks here and there.
Right. So, but I was also saying that dihydrogen monoxide is lethal if you breathe it. Just saying, be careful.
Hey, it's a gateway substance also. It's a proven fact that every single heroin user on Earth first started by drinking dihydrogen monoxide.
Yep. You're popular tonight.
Well.
Oh, so am I.
That's going to you too.
Yeah, I see that.
So you as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the makeup brush. Okay. Where'd you find that fine one?
Walmart. It's an Elf eye crease brush. I got like 2 of them for like $1.50 or something. Okay. So, do you drink your water cold there, Paul? Do you drink it with ice? I know ice isn't really a thing in Europe. Apparently, ice cold Coca-Cola only comes like in bottles out of the refrigerator. You can't actually order it, and it comes with ice in it. All right, I think that's looking good. I'm going to set that aside, let it rest for a little. I am going to go ahead and show off some of my other work here because, it's my show and I can. Wrong button. There we go. Hopefully, has to be cold out of the fridge. I've got no ice. Well, sorry to hear that. All right, so let's see if we can't get some light on the subject here and show off some of my miniatures I have on hand and handy. Bring over the light. Bring over the light. Set that off to the side. Move that. All right. So there we go. What's that?
PSB cannon.
Yeah. What does PSB stand for?
Pseudoscientific bullshit.
Yeah. So I thought he turned out pretty well. And this guy here.
There he goes.
I said, I know they're probably a little darker than what they're supposed to be, but you know what? Don't care. I'm painting them. They're mine. I did finally get Darth done. I think he turned out really well. If you would focus in. There we go. Might be hard to see, but I even put red tint. There you go. You can see the red tint on his lenses, on his helmet.
Yeah. I like it.
This little dude.
R5 unit.
Yeah, come on.
That one looks like it's got a bad motivator.
Yeah. They replaced that bad motivator with some sort of signaling device here. Here we go. I went ahead and painted them with with just a dark gray base because they're going to be on the 10T4. Paul Beckett says, nice work. Thank you, Paul. I've got to paint my Legion stuff. Yes, you do. And Darth is perfect. Well, I appreciate that. That means a lot to me, sir. Now, this next one I'm going to show you, Jay tells me he is my best work. And
that camera's not doing
awesome.
Justice.
I know he's supposed to have a yellow flight suit, but you know what? I think he looks great in orange. He's got multiple flight suits.
Exactly. He does laundry. He's not a savage.
Yeah. And he is 98% contrast paint. So anybody that says, "Oh, contrast paint," stick it in your ear, because that's what you can do with it when you know what you're doing. Come on, focus in.
So how does that explain your success?
Exactly. There we go. Let's see. I think she turned out really well also. ISB officer. At first, I was a little unsure about the color on her tunic, but I think it worked out well. I think it worked out real well. I really like this one. I think she turned out really well too.
A Jen Urso?
No, this is just random operative.
Female operative.
Yeah. But I went with the idea of having a splash of color on a scarf.
Sure.
You know, very, very. At least to me, I feel that this is kind of along the lines of a French resistance fighter.
Mm-hmm.
You know, something from home type of thing. You know, maybe she's Alderanian, and that's blue silk from Alderan. I don't know. This guy right here, I think he turned out really well too. I'm gonna have to repaint his base black though. Here we go. I think he turned out really well.
Mm.
I like him. Again, vast majority of him is done with both him and the previous one were contrast paints. Yeah, I think turned out really well. For those of you who have played Battlefront 2, Iden Versio. Yeah, there we go. Warmut, the highlights are there if you want to see them. So, just go pound sand, buddy. My Rebel Shore Trooper, or Fleet Trooper, I should say. Come on. There we go. And then the last one I'm going to show for the night. Well, nope, I got two more before I show my last one. There are three more. This guy here. It's difficult to do all gray uniforms and make them look interesting. But I think I did a pretty good job with him.
Yeah, it looks nice.
And if I remember correctly, a 2-1B medical droid.
I believe you're correct.
And then one of my very first ones that I painted up, my Mon Calamari sniper, I actually painted his eyes yellow with a black pupil, and then did a kind of a camo on his cloak. I thought I did a pretty good job on that also. If he will actually focus. There we go.
Focus.
I had a lot of fun painting this set. It was the Rebel Commando set. And then, although Jay says Bosk is my best, I think I did an excellent job with Boba Fett here. Yes, Warmat, all are painted for Galactic Heroes. I have yet to, and probably never will, play Legion. I don't even know the rules to Legion, to be perfectly honest. But that's that, right? Well, guys, it's been an hour and 25 minutes. I think I've gone long enough tonight. I got a lot of stuff done. That looks really good, Jay.
So I just did a couple blocks in an alternating color. Then I went back and kind of did a double highlight.
Yeah.
On just a few blocks, and then you can see I kind of picked out the edges.
Yeah.
There a little bit, and to be honest, you're probably not going to see that interior anyway because I'll just kind of loosely fit the rest of the structure on. There's like it's like a wooden pergola that goes around it.
Here, let me bring it to the forefront here. There you go.
So
that looks cool.
So that'll be, all of this is going to be painted wood, and these look like wood shake shingles, so they'll be painted wood. And I've been experimenting with doing like a dark brown for wood shakes, but going back over it with varying shades of gray. Because if you take a look at, aged wood isn't just lighter brown; it's often very, very gray. So. Coming soon to a Might and Melee table near you.
Very cool.
And I'll leave the roof so it can be taken off in case someone does,
want to go in there.
1 inch.
Yeah.
Another figure. Thusly. So. Anyhow, that's that. And then I think once I get this little bit of scatter terrain here and there done, I'll get back to working on figures. Lance Connects mostly, but I've got the skeletons also.
Very good.
So, and Skaven. So I think I'm just going to concentrate on doing Brandberg stuff for J3.
That sounds good.
So anyhow, so yeah, that's that. So you're done for now?
Yeah, I'm gonna call it a night.
Okay.
So
done across the board, or just done casting?
I'm just done casting. I'll hang with you for a little while.
All right, very well.
Warmut, if you want to hop on, or Devin, if you're still out there, if you want to hop on and chat, by all means, come chat. But we're gonna go ahead and wrap up for the night. Guys, thank you so much for being here with me. I'm getting a lot of work done. So it's appreciated you taking your time out of your day and spending time with me and my, jackassery from time to time. I guess I could go ahead and, put me back up here. There we go. Hey, there I am.
Go back to that other guy.
Yeah. No. Hey, moo. We need the dues.
Sounds like steam escaping.
Anyway, it's been a lot of fun. I'm enjoying this. Again, thank you for spending time with me. Tomorrow night, over at Rocky's War Room, we are doing a live play. We're going to be playing Fistful of Lead, Might and Magic. No, not Might and Magic. Might and Melee.
Might and Magic is a completely different IP.
Yes, it is. Might and Melee. So it is going to be on like Donkey Kong. Maybe I won't get murdered to a man again. Probably will, because that's how it flows.
Well, with that attitude.
Yeah, right. But guys, take care. Have fun, and we'll see you next time. Skittles.
Ugh.